Icebreaker. Third time is a charm. Eric has been a member of Wilmington Toastmasters since August 2001. Hey, congratulations, that's 18 years. Eric resides in Lake Waccamaw, Columbus County, where his 3 children and 3 of his 4 grandchildren also reside close by. Eric is an active member of the Lake Waccamaw Fire and Rescue Department. Eric earned his MBA in 1987, and for the past 31 plus years, Eric has worked in the financial service industry. For the past 20 years, Eric has held the CFP, Certified Financial Planner designation, and since 2006 has been a registered life planner. The complete practice is defined as financial life planner simple. The focus is on the lives of the clients and having their money support their goals and values. Having more satisfies nothing if you are not living according to your core beliefs. If you are unclear about your core beliefs, or if you think more money will solve all your problems, 45 minutes with Eric would be a good start to start looking at those assumptions. Today, Eric will be giving his Icebreaker speech from the Pathfinders program track, Visionary Communication. The title of Eric's speech is Icebreaker 3. Time is 4 to 6 minutes. Please welcome Eric Brandt.
17 years ago, in this room, I gave my Icebreaker speech, and it was by far the most forgettable speech I had ever given. Absolutely forgettable. Oh, I won Best Speaker, and I got all those little slips that told me I was wonderful and looking forward to more and all that good stuff. But 46 minutes after this meeting ended, and this meeting ends at 8 o'clock, American Airlines Flight 11 slammed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. And the world changed. Everybody knows what they were doing when they heard that. Very few people remember what they were doing hours before. It was 10 years after I had given that icebreaker, and I was going through a file, and I pulled it out, and I saw the date, and it shook me to the core that I didn't remember. It was very powerful. Madam Toastmaster, thank you for that introduction to the first or the last 32 years of my life. So let me catch you up on the first 32 or 33 years of my life. I was born in Boston. I was Boston strong before it was cool to be Boston strong. The New England Patriots were the Boston Patriots, and they played in Fenway Park, and the Boston Celtics were royalty. I was a sophomore at Southern Connecticut State College, which is now the University of Connecticut, New Haven. It was spring break. I and my friends were headed to North Carolina to do some backpacking and go to the Fiddlers Convention in Reedsville. I never came back. While hiking the Appalachian Trail, somebody said, there's a 4-year school about 30 miles from here. I said, a real school? It's a real school. I said, okay. So 2 or 3 years later, sight unseen, I applied. And I graduated from Western Carolina University with a degree in health sciences with a major in emergency care. I was a paramedic. And this was a burgeoning field and a very exciting field. Right after I graduated, I got a job in Wilmington, North Carolina with Henry's Ambulance Service. It was a good job because it was in my field. It wasn't very exciting. It wasn't what I wanted to be doing. I was doing a lot of transport, a lot of patient care, the occasional stabbing or shooting at the Barbary Coast, and there was a strip club on Market Street that provided us a lot of entertainment for physical injury. But I was ready to go to Greensboro. I was ready to go to Charlotte, where there was some real street action going on. And I got a job offer. And the job offer was to teach at a community college. So I went for the interview. This beautiful campus. I would be making over $10,000 a year, which is considerably more than the less than $100 a week I was bringing home as an EMT. But I just couldn't live in a place called Whiteville, and I wanted to pursue my goals as a paramedic. As I left the interview, sure that I would not take the job, driving back to Wilmington, I saw the sign that said Lake Waccamaw. I said, well, I've seen this sign, let me go check it out. And less than a minute later, I had opened up to an expanse of the most beautiful scene you could ever see. Prehistoric is what Lake Waccamaw reminds me of. And I looked at it, and at the time I'd been doing some racing, some open boat canoe racing in the mountains. And open boat river racing in the mountains included a lot of flat water paddling, and the race was won in the flat water. You can't do much in the surf. And I said, well, look at this lake. This is just unbelievable. I called the school. I said, I really would like to. I don't think I can stay a year. If you'll let me do 6 months, I'll agree to. I said, but do you know anything about Lake Waccamaw? Later that day, I got a phone call from the business manager at the school. His wife was a realtor. He said, come on, there's 2 or 3 for rent. And I started my 6-month contract living at Lake Waccamaw. And for the last 41 years, I have lived at Lake Waccamaw. I never left Lake Waccamaw. There are some times when you plan for things and they don't happen, and there are some times that you don't plan for things and they happen. Lake Waccamaw was one of those places. It's where my family was raised, it's where my children were born. There's 1 year out of the 41 years I have not lived in Lake Waccamaw, and that's when I moved to Wilmington because we thought it'd be closer to the job with the financial service industry. So after 10 years, I left. And it is with our Toastmasters' great effort who found my house that I've lived in for the last 30 years. So thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Thank you, guests, and Madam Toastmaster.